or EU for server switches. I suggested EU, KR, or whatever the fuck, right? Like KR, EU, to try to down the amount of time it's going to take for everyone to switch servers fucking 4 times. But that's too logical for this tournament. We're just going to fucking switch back and forth and take about 7 hours to finish this finals. Here we go. We got MaxPax. Dude. We'll play that afterwards. We got MaxPax in the top right. We have Gumiho in the bottom left. Ugh. All right. Let's see how this goes, guys. Base to Gumi God pulling that SCV back from the evil MaxPax's probe. Looks like, yeah, just some early probe harassment. It's interesting to see the metagame evolve to the point where we actually see like an early probe sent out for harassment purposes in PvT. The thing is, if you maximize it, right, you'll get 4 hits. Then you run around for a little bit and heal, and you get 4 hits, and you keep doing that over and over, and you actually end up dealing a huge amount of damage. If you maximize it, you don't get hit while running away, right? And it's kind of cool because you can see how many, it's basically a non-stop SCV, excuse me, off of mining. So like you lost some minerals obviously coming down, but Terran is actually losing a fair amount of minerals chasing you as well. So just to make it clear, guys, this is the NA Cup. Right? And the advantage you get is that you can force everything to be played on NA. But NA is broken. It's down. If this was, if it wasn't down right now, then all the games would be on NA between Europe and Korea. So they have to jump back and forth, which is, there's just, and everyone's having a hard time joining and creating games right now because Blizzard is an indie company and you can't really expect them to keep the servers clear. So yeah, we're just going to have to do the best we can. It's mod of Warcraft 3. All right. Command center being made from Gumi. And yeah, the factory. Okay. The excuse me. Sorry. Hello. Something stuck in my throat. I need a drink. Hope you guys are enjoying. This finals is going to be a best of 5. Should be a good one. Gumiho MaxPax is a pretty good match. Who's favored here? I feel like MaxPax definitely wins more cups, but right at this moment, Gumiho is really in excellent, excellent shape. So I want to say I kind of feel like Gumiho can do it. Even though, like, yeah, if you look at the cups historically, MaxPax probably has a winning record over Gumiho is my bet, as he does over many, many people. But yeah, Gumiho's looking like he's in some tip-top shape. He has done well in tournaments as well, so not a huge surprise there either. Nice micro from Gumi. Does not end up losing very much. Kills one adept, hurts the other one pretty significantly. Hopefully it'll repair up that Hellion. We have a Cyclone on the way. And we're going immediately into 3-gate Blink Obs here from MaxPax. So maybe a little bit of pressure. We'll see about that. Has to close those depots for a moment to stop the shade going up. Kills that off. Gonna send the SCVs down out. Cloak on the way here for Gumi. So very important that he had that hidden. Needs to repair this up as well, just in case something like an Oracle flies in. You don't want that being picked off in a matter of seconds. So Blink plus that Prism coming up. Looks like MaxPax getting ready for this Nexus and probably will throw it down right now. Yep. Puts it down rather quickly. And let's see what this this Banshee can do, right? There's I don't believe he has an observer, right? Excuse me. Yeah, that's not going to work out for him. Pulls that back immediately. And he's actually, excuse me, waited for Cloak to finish. Cloaks and flies past this pylon. No battery here in the natural, so can definitely get a fair amount of workers. There is an observer out now, so you can pull that back relatively quickly. Got to micro this. Got to micro it. Oops. Yeah, looks like Gumiho doing something else right at this moment. So, yeah, ooh, just barely going to get that out, it looks like. Good blink forward there from MaxPax. Picks off the siege tank immediately. All right, blinks down into the natural. Dealing a lot of damage. Really good execution here from MaxPax. Yeah, definitely did better than the Banshees there with his Blink Stalker attack. Now, Gumiho, I don't think in a very good spot. Like, he's got an okay army. He starts his third command. I wonder if it would have been better to just maybe do an all-in. Just because I'm looking at this very tough position that he's now in. Right? He's down 20 workers. They're similar in army supply. It's only going to get away from him. MaxPax is going to add gates. He's going to continually try to poke and prod with things like Blink Stalkers. As you can see, he's just kind of whittling everything down. Yeah, Gumiho just GG's. I'm not sure what he was hoping for there. I would never say that. We're going to pause the donos and get into our next game here in the finals. MaxPax versus Gumiho. Game number 2. All right, we have Gumiho here in the top left. In the top right, we have MaxPax. We're on Equilibrium, kind of a crazy map. Not really sure what we're going to end up seeing here as far as TVP goes. It's a pretty quick SCV coming over. We'll see. Maybe it's just an eBay block. Maybe nah. It's a offensive barracks. So just a proxy barracks going down here, a single. So it's probably just going to be one Reaper. We'll see about that. Maybe Gumiho has some sort of like sophisticated cheese here ready for MaxPax. Ooh, no! This is pretty bad. This is pretty rough. This is not only going to slow the barracks, like he'll probably still finish it. It's a little bit luck based, right? There is some RNG, but you can like cancel the SCV and put it back on to re-roll where the SCV is going. Dude, he's fucked. He has to cancel the barracks. There's no way to finish it now. That is not good. Oh my god, he sent a second SCV. This is so late now. In fact, he's going to send a probe back. He knows if a second SCV comes, he can't get it anyway, so you may as well just run. No, you can't get it, dude. Why are we doing this? You know what? If he hadn't run with a second, could he have gotten that? That would have been insane. Either way, that is a very late barracks. Loses one SCV. Mining time. Like all that jazz. That is very rough. A good start here for MaxPax so far in game number 2. All right, Reaper jumps up, pushed away immediately. The fact that you proxy your Reaper and there's already an Adept out to catch it is not a good sign. Cyclone on the way here. You know, he is making that command center as well. Obviously going to be slightly late. And that's actually second gateway into Twilight. So that's MaxPax hedging a little bit, just being careful. Ooh, that thing fucking popped inside so fast. He will still get it, but that was like, that was cool. He insta got into the gas. I'm going to grind down that Zealot real quick. Twilight comes up. There is a dropship on the way here. So the medevac going to load up a couple mines and fly over. I'm not sure if it's likely to get too much damage. Like, there's already plenty of stalkers out and everything. We'll see. A couple of depths. Shade back to that base. Pretty careful game from MaxPax here. 3 barracks immediately here for Gumi. I wonder if he'll go for like a 2 base all in here, because this is already kind of bad for him. You know, it feels like at this type of level, if you get behind, you know, to grind it back can be a little bit tough. And on a map like this especially, it can be tough, right? Like, by the time you get across the map, the Protoss has had like 2 more warpins. So it's really hard to actually pull off an attack, especially when you get later into the game. All right, the mine drop, he actually gets them back into the medevac. Oh, medevac going to boost by to that top right corner, so I guess it can sit there for a little bit. We'll see if it's able to get back in. Going to have to pair that up with a pretty strong attack if he's going to want to get another drop off, I think. Gold base taken by MaxPax. Not a bad choice. Just get into some heavy charge after that, and any attack that Gumiho is going to try to plan is going to be tough to pull off. Cyclone actually going specifically to scout that gold base, it looks like. MaxPax going across for a bit of an attack. Now, here's the thing about a map this long, right? I was talking about the travel distance from Terran to get across, how the Protoss gets more warping rounds. On this type of map, though, like, it doesn't really affect Protoss very much, because you can just warp in at the Prism or a proxy pylon or whatever, right? So, like, he can still bring an attack as strong as on any map, basically, after the initial walkover time, because his reinforcements come, like, instantly. Now, that's not the best blink up that I've seen from MaxPax, that's for sure. Loses several stalkers there. Okay, actually does block this drop. Doesn't look like he loses anything there, so that's nice. Cyclone is dead. More stalker warpins. Gonna go ahead and pick off this reactor. A little bit annoying. But Gumiho, you know, he was trying to optimize, so he landed it there to make the reactor. Got it up as quickly as possible, and it floated back. Won't quite kill it. Almost, though. Now, you can see Gumiho peeking up in that supply. This is like a natural thing to see, is Terran take the supply advantage at this point in the game. But it's not going to stay there for very long. Notice how MaxPax is adding a bunch of gateways. Ooh, very nice move. Very nice move from Gumi. That's huge, actually, guys. That's huge. Damn. 9 probes at the gold base. All right, Gumiho. Brings MaxPax's worker count way down. He has all these gates about to finish. He was really kind of counting on that gold base income to be able to, you know, really just produce a ton of charge lots, basically, and maybe run Gumiho over. I feel like Gumiho has brought this game right back into a pretty even state. In fact, I might give Gumiho, like, a little advantage, especially with what he's chosen to do here, right? He's got his 3rd command center almost done. He's adding the 2 more racks. He's got a fair amount of siege tanks here. I think if he's very careful about taking his 3rd base, that's going to be pretty solid. All right, so MaxPax right now getting his gold base back up online. Looks like we're going to go for a little bit of a drop and warp in there on the main base. Some zealots pop out. Yeah, plenty of units there. Going to want to pull back. Saves a couple of his zealots, but that's fine. As long as he gets out with that prism for now. He'll drop from Gumiho. Going to try to kill off this base. Going for the pylon first. Doesn't want to deal with any warpins. Charge lots come up to deal with it. Ooh, forces the cancel. Very well done by Gumi. Dude, Gumiho is playing really well considering how tough his opener was. Very, very strong. All right, so what are the plans from here? Right now, 4 bases, 4 MaxPax is his plan, getting into his Colossus tech, just kind of macroing up. Gumiho's moving across. He definitely has a strong army right now. It is a very strong-looking push. He definitely has a lot of units rallying behind. But don't forget, it is a long distance, so your reinforcements take a long time as well. First Colossi is out. Siege is up, but that's just going to force a slight move back there from MaxPax. No big surprise in what we're seeing. MaxPax with just a few charge lots on the other side of the map as well, kind of waiting. Looks like we might have this high ground siege tank position to try to take out this gold. Good idea. Ooh, MaxPax walks into the mines there. Very painful indeed. Trying to engage, it's not going to work. Ooh, excellent, excellent stuff here from Gumiho. Holding everything at home as well at the same time. 17 probes going down. Once again, a huge amount of economic damage here by Gumi. Look at this. Moving over to that 4th base, dropping in the back as well. Eliminating so much. Colossi comes down. MaxPax blinks over. He's already lost his gold base. He can't be losing this base as well. But it looks like he is just taking way too much damage. And even though he will save it, he will kill this army off. This is a very tough spot. 35 workers against 64. You are way down in economy. It is technically 3 base versus 3 base, but, you know, especially at these worker counts, you know that Terran's crushing. And, of course, you got those mules as well. Huge army from Gumi. He didn't really lose the entirety of it either. He's still got those siege tanks that are super powerful. You can look at those production tabs and really get a good idea of what's going on here. MaxPax trying to squeeze in the Templar Archives, spreading out his Colossi here. And he will be able to kill that army off, so nicely done. Nicely done. Cleaning house a little bit over here. Dodges the mines, definitely there. Moving across the center. Oh, the 4 mines with that counterattack, healing a huge amount of probes. Down to 26 workers here for MaxPax. Gumi dropping the 3rd. This game is super done. All that he needs to do is kill this army, and this army should be able to be killed. This is not the type of army that's going to cost efficiently kill everything your opponent has. MaxPax trying his best to make something happen. The flank comes in, going to pick off one of the Colossi in a matter of seconds. Boosts up to the main base. Going to reinforce and heal some of the units coming down. And of course, there's almost no mining happening for MaxPax right now across the map. He's got to do so much more damage. There's no way that's going to happen. And so GG is called. Tied up 1-1. Let's switch those servers.
To 2 subs. You are the man.
Thank you, thank you. All right. Thank you very much. Here we go. It's game number 3. Tied up 1-1. Gumiho in the top right of Heck 8. And MaxPax in the bottom left. Okay. Well, I feel like I'm just going to kind of discount those first 2 games, right? In each game, there was a player playing with over 200 ping. So, you know, that is very, very difficult to play in. Europe to Korea just is not good latency whatsoever. Giving them a fresh start, looking at the types of strats they're using. I don't know. I still think it's a good match. I still think, you know, Gumiho is playing particularly well right now, so I'm going to give him a little edge here against MaxPax. But MaxPax had a nice counterattack with those Blink Stalkers in his map win, so, you know, that type of move is always going to be strong from MaxPax. He has such good micro. No. Well, I don't know exactly the ping from Europe to Korea because I never played on the Europe server, but it's bad. It's very, very bad ping. Now they're both on NA, so the ping is not that bad. So we're back on NA now, so the ping is going to be reasonable. It's not perfect. It's not like you would play on LAN or anything, but it's, you know, it's more reasonable for both. I don't remember the exact numbers, but like, for instance, I had to play a European in a tournament once, and I was in Korea, and we had almost the same ping, both playing on like NA Central or something like that. So it's basically a best of 3 now with reasonable latency on both sides. Okay, so Reaper into Factory and Command Center here for Gumi. He's doing that Factory, or the Command Center rather, on low ground. We have the Adept coming up, as well as the Warp Gate. Second Adept as well. Second Gateway. Ooh, look at that. Now, will MaxPax just randomly scout this? He might. Yes, in fact, he does. That's big. Now you know to make a bunker. Very good stuff. So this looks like it's turning into a 3-gate. Now, 3-gate openers, you just want to scale up. Because 3-gate does not go into... Like, if you go 3-gate just gateway units, right? You basically just kind of scale up with your Terran army. Like 50-plus army supply. I'm not going to say the exact number, but it's like kind of in that range. And suddenly the Protoss army is going to be feeling a little bit weak at that moment. Because it's just like you're spending a ton of money early game on this. Now, MaxPax might cut units. He might look at this and say, okay, you saw what I'm doing. We're not going to do that. You see, notice how he got the Twilight here? He doesn't actually have the money to go Twilight right now, plus 3-gate consistent production. So I think what we'll probably see here is a few units into Blink. I don't think he's going to put on as strong an attack as maybe what he had planned, but we'll see. Maybe this is just him going, like, slipping in a Dark Shrine. You cut a couple probes and you're just like, okay, let's do this. Blink goes up. Yeah, coming down the ramp. I'm surprised. I'm honestly very surprised that he saw that proxy gate and he did not make a bunker. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Like, if you see a proxy gate here, it's just like, make a bunker. What if you have a bunker here? Isn't that better? Gumiho gonna not have a bunker, despite scouting a proxy gateway. And he's going to lose a lot. Well, I guess MaxPax is going to win that. Sometimes pro gamers get too fancy and you really need to return to basic core principles. You can sell the bunker later. Did you know that? If you don't need the bunker, you can sell it. What do you think puts you more behind? An early proxy pylon with gateway or a bunker that you can sell? Bit disappointing on that. Sell the bunker for 125 if the economy is good. That's funny. Here we go. Into the next game. All right, here we go. MaxPax in the top right of Alcyon. And in the bottom left, we have Gumiho. MaxPax leads 2-1, so it is match point for him. If he wins this game, he wins the tournament. Should be a big one. And it looks like we are going to have a very early SCV going across the map. We have seen a lot of Proxy Rax Reaper from Gumi today so far. So, looks like he's probably going to do that as well. And just so, yeah, we'll see exactly how long this takes. Like, if this ends very, very quickly, I'm definitely going to play at least a game of Brood War, just for people wondering. Although I do have to cast ASL in the morning. I have to set my alarm, get up much earlier than I normally get up to do so. So not going to stay very late, but there you have it. Okay, so double gas behind. Obviously, you are always going to see a factory with a proxy racks like this. Going to have to. And, yeah, a little bit of scouting for this type of proxy here from MaxPax himself. So I'm going to start that factory here in a moment. Okay. Yeah, comes over, sees that factory. Now realizes exactly what is going on. Probably just Chrono Boost out an Adept ASAP. Oh, gonna go for a Stalker regardless. Okay, we'll take a little bit longer. Let's see if Gumi can get some kills here. Oof. All right. So does end up getting the 2 probes. Sorry, I'm kind of spacing out there for a moment. You know, that's kind of what you're looking for with the Reaper. 2 probes is very, very solid. Going Cyclone behind, as well as Starport and the Command Center. Stargate here for MaxPax. I do like the Stargate. I think almost certainly we'll see Phoenixes. I feel like he hasn't been going for Phoenix Colossus as much lately, but MaxPax is very good at that, so excited to see it. As far as Gumi goes, lands that immediately inside his base once again. He really does like proxies. All right, so, yeah, pretty standard stuff there. A Raven on the way. Now, the Raven, if he sends it across for harassment, he's going to be very, very sad with what he finds. I mean, you can just make a Raven and hold it against this to try to hit a timing attack against a Colossus Phoenix player. I don't know if he can read that this is Phoenix. It doesn't seem like a reasonable read to do, to have. Also, we don't see Disable being upgraded right now. Interference Matrix. We'll see if maybe he does. Maybe he ends up doing it. But I think it'll be for harassment. We'll see. Mine just kind of chilling in the center of the map, waiting for flying units to go over it. Immortal coming up. Splitting those phoenixes off. Yeah, so Colossus tech coming up. I love the Immortal, of course. Add some stability to your army. Add a little bit of health there. Yeah, the Phoenix is finally going to come over. They do dodge that mine very nicely. Just kind of flies in an almost random direction around. Gumiho has always been legendary on where he puts his mines in the center. He's very, very good at that type of thing. We'll see. That mine might still catch MaxPax. You really don't expect it at this point. He's going to come in and see that Raven. So he's going to dive. And I definitely think it's appropriate to dive there. You know, disable can be so strong. Ooh, see? There you go. Excellent, excellent catch there. Puts a ton of damage on those Phoenixes. That third Nexus coming up. Gumiho moving out. Let's see if MaxPax is able to hold on. Retreat here from MaxPax. Going to lose another Phoenix. Ouch. Few SCVs coming, but not the boys. 3 is not the boys. It's just some SCVs. All right, pushes forward. One of them gets picked immediately. I'm actually kind of surprised he got that tank. But good pick off there. Picks off the Immortal as a counterplay. Oof. Looks very rough at the moment. Has the SCVs kind of ready for that repair. Going to start building some bunkers as well. This type of push, very difficult to deal with. Phoenix is going around, maybe looking to catch some reinforcements. But look at this. As some of the units chase, he actually does whittle this down a little bit at least. I don't think this Nexus is really savable. MaxPax might decide that he needs this Nexus to win the game, so maybe he really, really tryhards on saving it. But yeah, see, it's just too low right there. Another Phoenix pops. Goes back to his batteries. More units still coming up. Can MaxPax actually grind this out? You know, Phoenix Colossus is a very cost-efficient unit set, so like maybe there's a way.
ST4.
Oh, we'll actually, sorry, Stanky, we'll play that in just a minute. It looks like Gumiho dropping up into the main base. Where are those Phoenixes? Oh yeah, the Phoenixes are actually way across the map right now. Having to put damage down onto this Cyclone, and the Phoenixes come in for the flank, but they are there a little bit late. So good read there from Gumi. MaxPax unable to get back in time to properly punish that. If he had those Phoenixes, he would have just slaughtered that, but didn't work out that way. New third Nexus being taken on the left since so many units are on the right. And as charge is being made, I think we are going to maybe coming into an opportunity for him to do something there. Now look at this move by MaxPax. This is beautiful. Gumi has no other anti-air here, so the Phoenix is going to dive on these Vikings. I love this trade for MaxPax right now. That was a lot of money put in Vikings. He's still making Vikings, and they just did garbage. They did like nothing there. Look at this. The overcharge picking off the tanks. Dude, MaxPax putting out a beautiful game here. Gumiho, he's finding more areas for potential damage. Recall there on those Phoenixes. No big surprise that that's what he brings back in. But this means Gumiho probably can't get out. Looks like he's going to split his units off to 2 different sides. See if that works for him. Yeah, puts damage down with the Stalkers there. Going to chase the medevac with the Phoenixes and kill that off. The other one looks like it will end up getting away, but a good punish there by MaxPax. And suddenly, MaxPax has more army, and MaxPax has more probes with 3 bases up and mining. Gumiho has his 3rd command center making on location. So, like, he does have some map control. It's good to put that down exactly there. But the game has swung over to MaxPax a bit. 4 Colossus. Ooh, my God. Looking pretty good. All right, starts to come in. And this is quite the dive. Lifts up the tank, utilizes the, yeah, just going to bust everything. Not, I mean, that was pretty one-sided final battle. Okay. That does it. That was the cup. MaxPax ends up winning. Gumiho had a good position there, and it just did not end up working out.